How many of your personal liberties are you willing to give up during this pandemic? It's an important question because what is happening right now will set a precedent for the future. The moral foundation of our republic is the Bill of Rights that protects us from government oppression. I know that what is happening right now, many of you would describe as government protection, not government oppression. Most states have issued some restrictions on our personal liberties. Others have declared a health emergency. Some are in complete lockdown with a stay-at-home order. I know there's this perception out there that somehow we're all involved in this big kumbaya moment, that we've joined together voluntarily to sacrifice for the common good. That's not exactly true. In Philadelphia, 6 cops drag a man off a city bus because he boarded without a mask. In Tampa Bay, Florida, a pastor was arrested after holding Sunday services for hundreds at his megachurch.
This Bible school is open because we're raising up revivalists, not pansies.
The entire police department in Greenville, Mississippi, breaks up a drive-in Baptist church service and issues fines to the faithful and the pastor.
This is America, Greenville, Mississippi. The Bible Belt, police officers messing with the church. What have happened to America?
In Brighton, Colorado, a father is arrested in front of his wife and 6-year-old daughter just for going to a nearby park to play catch. In Malibu, California, a body surfer is forced out of the water by a police boat and then is taken away in cuffs on the beach.
We coming back. We coming back.
And in Los Angeles, California, dozens of police officers move in on a neighborhood to shut down a birthday party for a 1-year-old girl. And in Lakewood, New Jersey, 15 people are arrested for attending the funeral of a rabbi at a synagogue. Among those arrested, a 100-year-old man. Now, the First Amendment to the Constitution, part of the Bill of Rights, protects freedom of religion. It also protects us the freedom of gathering peacefully. Now, the governor of New Jersey appeared on Fox News after that incident, and Tucker Carlson asked him a question that should be top of mind for all of us, but apparently isn't.
By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights in issuing this order? How do you have the power to do that?
That's above my pay grade, Tucker. So I wasn't thinking of the Bill of Rights when we did this.
To be fair, Governor Murphy isn't the only governor ignoring the Bill of Rights these days, even though every single one of the governors swore not to ignore it when they took office.
I, Philip Dunton Murphy,
elected governor of the state of New Jersey,
do
solemnly promise and swear
that I will support
the Constitution of the United
States.
So the question becomes, if you believe the governor of his or her state is overstepping their power, is ignoring the Constitution, what can you do about it? In Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer looked out of her state capitol window to thousands of people clogging the streets of Lansing to protest her state's lockdown order. It didn't work.
And so the sad irony here is that the protest was that they don't like being in this stay-home order, and they may have just created a need to lengthen it.
The governor and the state of Michigan now face 4 lawsuits challenging her power to close down the state. And that's where this is all going to be decided, in the courts. When several states tried to close gun shops as being non-essential, advocacy groups, including the NRA, sued on Second Amendment grounds, and several of the states were forced to reopen the gun shops. And remember the drive-in Baptist church in Greenville that I told you about? Well, it's open for parking lot prayers once again after a federal court in Mississippi ruled under the First Amendment that services could be held.
Amen. Blow the horn and say amen, Pastor. We can't say amen tonight, but you can blow the horn. Amen.
There are dozens of lawsuits right now to protect individual rights, and there will be dozens more in the wake of this pandemic, and all of them will wind their way up to the Supreme Court, where rulings will be made that will decide how we handle the next pandemic, the next national emergency. But if you were holding out hope that personal rights will triumph, I wouldn't be too sure. You are going to hear a lot in the coming months about a Supreme Court case from 1905 called Jacobson versus the state of Massachusetts. Henning Jacobson was a minister who refused to be vaccinated for smallpox, and so he was arrested. The Supreme Court ruled that states have the right to infringe on personal rights during a health emergency. That ruling has dictated public policy during a health emergency for over 100 years. And now there will undoubtedly be more rulings challenging states' rights over personal rights in a health emergency that will dictate public policy for 100 more years. I'm Larry Mendte. We'll talk again soon.